नमस्ते, नमस्ते प्रशांत जी, नमस्ते।
नमस्कार साथियों, नमस्कार। निरामय योग यूट्यूब चैनल आप सभी के बीच पुनः एक स्वास्थ्य को बढ़ाने के लिए एक ऐसी श्रृंखला जिसमें आप सभी कुछ ना कुछ नया सीखने का एक नया अवसर मिलेगा। Now let us welcome everyone in this health related podcast series. We are welcoming from the different part of countries, different subject experts in which we are continuously enlightening the ray in our life. Sometimes we feel happy. So let us invite our guest, today's guest, Miss Mythili Udupa ji from South India, Karnataka, who is an architect, basically an architect, but then later she is a clinical psychologist. Now he is in the field of Carnatic music, vocalist, and a researcher, and a cognition. And you will see in the long podcast, we will learn different aspects so that we can learn the roots of happiness in our life. So that now welcoming again Mithili Rupaji in our
Thank
podcast
you, sir.
series.
Thank you, sir ji.
Great.
Thank you, Prashant.
How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And I'm very glad and very happy and honored to be here. I'm a student myself, so I'm not a subject expert, but I will speak through my experience, whatever I have gained through my gurus. And today, my gurus' blessings, whatever they have taught me, I would be sharing with you all.
Yes. Then as you are from the different fields, different subjects, and how is what is the first incident that inclined your mind towards the field of music?
I started. My mother is my first guru. She found my inclination towards music. Probably I was not even inclined. I used to sing. I used to blabber probably whenever we would go to some marriages, and those days all women had to sing in the marriage. And it seems my mother tells me that I would compose my own lyric, though I did not know to speak when I was a 2 year old, 3 year old. I would compose lyrics and I would sing with proper tune. And then she realized maybe a music education is good for me, and that my mother was my first guru. But I tell you the truth, I never learnt music with proper intent or intention. It was just a routine task for me up until I was 25 years old. It was just a push and a pressure. I never enjoyed music at all up until I was 25. But when I was 25, the birth of my son was the first change in my life, where I felt I need to learn music with focus and intent, because this is somewhere because when my son was born, I was in London, and I was alone with my husband and with a small baby. I did not know the art of communication with the baby. My only way I could communicate with my son, the newborn, was through one Devarnama, which my guru had taught me, a small song by Purandara Dasaru. It's in Kannada. It says, "Oh Krishna, please don't run away. Please be here with me." It's in Raga Kalyani. And whenever I would sing, my son would, interact with me through probably smiling, through or stop crying, because I had no idea how to communicate other than through the song. That's when I realized a baby which is just newborn baby, which has no knowledge about raga, which has no knowledge about any lyrics. The only intent, the sound, the melody of that raga, I could communicate to a baby, and I'm able to lead a life with this newborn. Why not I learn with intent now? Why don't I understand why is this raga having such an emotional impact on a newborn? If a newborn baby can actually interact with his mother, why not so many? Why not me myself? Why don't I understand myself through music? That's what my son was. My Actually, I can call him my second guru, because his birth gave me the direction.
Oh, I think it is a innate atmosphere that Ishwara gives to you. As you are belongs to your education is in the Hampi, which is also a cultural city of South India, Karnataka.
Yes, Yes,
Uh,
my music. I did my masters from Hampi University. The birth place of Purandara Dasuru, also, as we can say, the father of Carnatic music. Yes,
yes, these are the some innate experience that you have already experienced all these things.
yeah, it's
And now,
gift I got. Yeah.
yes, yes. Now, yeah, I want to ask that what is the music in your words? If you have to explain, then how will you explain the word music?
If I go and tell you intellectually, music is the amalgamation of bhava, raga, tala. Yes, that is there, and everybody knows. But for me, music is anything which calms me down. In the morning when I wake up, there is a forest next to my house. It's called Turahalli Forest. There's a lot of birds. There's so many birds, and I wake up in the morning with the kuhu kuhu and the parrots, the peacocks, basically fighting with each other, and the breeze which comes through the forest into our home. Each and every fragment of that sound which soothes me. That is music. My daughter calling me, she wakes up in the morning at 5:30 to go to, the first thing she says, "Amma," that is music. Little things. uh, of course, all that melody which reaches the heart, any sound which reaches the heart, which reaches the soul, is music for me.
Uh,
And
this
I
is
think,
the
yeah, it is different for everybody. uh, when we speak, if I'm speaking to you in a particular tone and I raise my voice, the 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 emotional part of the brain immediately knows that something is wrong. The brain is always active, always looking forward for something to solace itself, because we live in a world which is so much of stressed everywhere. The brain brings out its antenna to look for elements where it can keep itself calm, and these are little things which makes me calm, and that is music to me when I wake up. Then of course, sadhana practice is there, but actual music is anything which calms me down.
yes. Your day start from the churning of the word. This sound actually and just calming the mind.
Yes.
Whenever anyone just see unintentionally things are listening continuously, the mind is continuously calming. As
Yeah.
you are the cognition researcher, and your main area is to work on mind.
Yes.
You are dealing with the mind. Then how do you deal with the mind? What is mind to the patient and to the layman?
Yeah.
You have to explain the different times. What
Yeah.
is mind?
For me, mind is a wherever the energy goes, wherever the energy flows in our body. I think that there is the mind. So my body might be sitting here, but my mind might be right now in Bombay, probably where my son is studying. So mind can be anywhere. My hand is hurt, and I can feel the pain. So my mind is there. Mind is, most of us think that mind is inside our head, but I feel mind can be anywhere where our attention goes. It's the intellect. Every cell of our body has its own mind and intellect. So it need not be that it. Of course, we are thinking, and I say that I'm using my mind. We call it manasu in Kannada. And sometimes when we are distracted in class, suddenly the teacher asks, "Where are you? Where is your mind?" So mind is somewhere. Mind is not here. So mind can be anywhere. The body can be here. Wherever I put my attention, where my attention flows, that to the focused attention, I think that is where the mind is. Right now, I'm speaking to you. I think my mind is towards the audience and with Prashant Kare sir right now. So that's what mind is. And mind is very chanchala. Uh, it is like horse left on loose. Always keep thinking of this Krishna's the photo in Mahabharata where Krishna is holding the harness of the horse, where all the Arishad Vargas are running, and Krishna is holding the harness. I think that's the mind, and we have our intellect, our intention. We can harness it, because let loose, mind can go anywhere. I can have thousands of thoughts, just like the way my I'm sweating or am I breathing. The brain's job is to bombard with thoughts. So the attention is going every second everywhere. But there is also one intellect which God has given us, is the free will, which I can hold on to that harness and hold back. Okay, this is not what I want to think right now, and this is not the right time to think, and I can hold back that mind. If that can happen, that is mind. And everybody has their own mad horses running in their own lives and in their own heads
Yes.
also.
Yes, as you are a mental health expert and you are continuously discussing all these things with your clients, sometimes patients, your area is mental health. You are completely working towards, as I've seen your activities on the social media platforms, different disease you are just dealing, sometimes Alzheimer's, sometimes dementia, all these things. And you are just in the field of mental health. So that what is mental health in your words for the layman people, like because our audience is now the common people. That's why I'm asking this.
Yeah. So generally, you see, maybe you are walking and you see some old person. You ask them, "Sarji, how is your health?" And they say, "Okay, I have my diabetics has not come down. I have a knee injury, or my arthritis is very painful." But nobody speaks of, "I am feeling slightly depressed since yesterday. I am feeling slightly moody. Maybe for some reason I'm feeling very aggressive at home." See, the physical ailments are very easy to express, but the mind, which generates the discomfort or the dis-ease, is very difficult. Even the person himself to understand, what am I going through? Why am I going through this uh, discomfort? This, I'm all right in the night. I wake up in the morning, but I feel a sense of discomfort. What has happened? But even the person who is going through will not know, but they will express in a different way, through anger probably. So the husband on all of a sudden is angry with the children or with the wife, or sudden aggression and sudden sort of wording of mouthing unwanted words. Why? They do not know. There is something going on in the mind or in the health, in the brain, which they are not able to observe themselves. And when it is not happening, or when they are not able to let it out, like when a patient can say, "I have a discomfort in the knee," but here they don't know what is happening, and then the behavior changes, and it actually uh, mismanages the whole environment the person is living in. And that health, though we cannot see the health, which cannot be seen or expressed by most 90% of the people, is that health, which is that mental health. Not many can even observe, because we always go in the autopilot mode. We wake up, we know this is what we need to do. I need to make breakfast, I need to make the lunch, and I have to rush to the hospital or rush to the college or work. Then I do this and I do this, I do everything like a autopilot mode. Have we ever sat and asked, why am I feeling so anxious? Why is my breath so very shallow today? Why am I getting very angry with certain elements of my day, of my working? Or sometimes you feel very elated. Some morning, if we wake up, we are so fantastic, we are like full of energy. Why am I feeling so josh, all the josh, we are working with a lot of energy? Then also we don't ask. But when we are down, that is when we start reacting and showing our frustration towards people around us. The health, the mental health is such a thing that it cannot be expressed, neither sometimes can be understood.
Uh, Your explanation is very natural and very keen to the layman peoples. And you are just treating with this intention, your attitude toward the patients, and how the music affects the patient. Because the person is not, a person is every time listening the music from the beeping, from the different loud noises in the roads. But how your Carnatic music affects the people, your experience about them.
Yeah. Though I'm a Carnatic musician, I use all sorts of music. It need not anything which gives you a sense of harmony or balance. When you listen to it, you should not feel, "Oh, I can't hear the next sound." Because as I told you, the limbic system in our brain immediately reacts to the sound which it doesn't like. For example, you're driving, you're listening to good music, you're driving, and suddenly a ambulance goes next to you. Your brain's antenna will alert you, and you will give space to the ambulance. But primarily you are listening to very good music, but the alert system was so high that it left, because it cannot take a dissonant sound. The brain is wired in such a way that it cannot take dissonance. Whenever there is a dissonant sound, kiko, kiko, no, nah, it immediately attracts. You get that, right? So, what we do is any sort of music, it is not Carnatic. The client comes from a different cultural background. I come from Karnataka, I have learned Carnatic music. Maybe my client comes from probably, say, from North India, and they have only inclination towards Hindustani music. Or they don't like traditional music at all, but they like Bollywood music for that sense. Or today's children, I hear them listening to all sorts of Korean pop. I have no understanding of what they like, but I have realized that it's a lot of tempo and melody. They keep doing this, always active. So every client, every patient, they have a different background from which they have come from. So first thing we need to understand is we cannot bombard them. Okay, I am a Carnatic music, so you have to listen to Raga Mohana today for this. No, we don't do that. So for every disease, for we don't call it disease, say for example Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disorder, and autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder. So the way it is, the treatment or the intervention is given to the client is, every client is different, and every
Yes.
ailment is different, and everywhere the intervention is given is also tailor made to that particular client. So I have a autism child who comes to my house. You must have seen that autism is a spectrum, and they have lot of repeated behaviors, and they make huge noises, and some of the children do not have speech at all. They do not speak at all for a very long duration. Up until they're grown up, they do not have speech. So now we make goals and objectives of what is that I want to do with this child. If I need to improve, or a communication is my goal, then we use e, u, in different pitch frequencies for the child to open the mouth close. And music also helps in emotional expression also. So there are times when the child is very agitated, very angry, it is shaking, they have this repeated movements. That is when I switch on the tambura and just chant om. And when I chant om, the child's repetitive movements has stopped. The the energy of that sound of om, when I repeat, the child might not even bother to sit and listen, because it is in a very highly agitated and disturbed aggressive state. But immediately the tambura, as soon as it's switch on, I have seen the child getting back and sitting at least for a few seconds and observing from where the sound is coming, until when the focus and the child is focusing on that sound. And that is when we try to catch that focus and try to help. What is that I want? What is my goal with the child? So for now, for this autism child, I am teaching little small bhajans, which can help the child to open its mouth. And I might not even get a response from the child at all for weeks, but I've realized that the child takes the information, the tune, and at home when nobody is there, we have got it. The parents come and say, my daughter yesterday before going to bed was humming Parvati Nandana. If I have thought some rhyme or something, latent learning, they have it in their mind, they take it, and probably someday they're repeating it. It doesn't happen. And it is not like a pill. Any other physical events, we give a pill, there's a pill, you take the pill, you feel better. But in mental health, it is a lifelong journey of the patient, of the therapist, and also the caregiver. As you said, it is not only the patient, we also try to target the caregivers also, because without their help, it is not at all possible
Yes.
for a balanced life for them.
as in the beginning, you have started saying about something Raga Kalyani, and
Hmm.
you are just saying now today it's an individualistic approach. Every patients just have different kinds of intervention, different approaches. Can you sing something for the audience, just for a little bit, for a and a half minute or minute, if you sing something, some any rag for the audience, so that they can more inclined to this subject.
Okay, just a second. So I will sing the bhajan which I teach the autism child. It's in Raga Hamsadvani. Uh, it's a very four-line bhajan. I keep repeating it to the child so that the Hamsadvani also has notes which has this motivation factors. In the sense, it'll pull your attention towards the raga. Ga pa ni ni sa ni pa ga 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 pa ni sa re ga re pa ga re pa sa पार्वती नंदन बाल गणेश विघ्न विनाश वरद गणेश सुरमुनि पूजित वंदित गणेश सुंदर वदन ज्ञान गणेश पार्वती नंदन पाद गणेश. This is a four-line bhajan which I keep repeating with the child. The raga also has that energy to pull the attention of the child, and the words Parvati, Nandana, Bala. It is Bala Ganesha. There is no complicated lyrics also. So we use it for children. This I would not use it for a Parkinson's patient, for example. So I would like to
Yes.
give an example of the patient which I am treating, a Parkinson's patient. As you know, Parkinson's patients have a lot of tremors and their motor aspects, in the sense their gait, their walking, and their motor skills are very, very, very loose. In the sense, the brain, which is responsible for anything we do, like writing, cutting, it becomes very inactive because of the less dopamine the brain generates. So, for this patient, I'm using the help of Hanuman Chalisa, because the internal rhythm of Parkinson's patients are always diminished because of the brain not generating dopamine. So what we do is, Hanuman Chalisa has its own chandasu or rhythm. As you know, it has its own particular rhythm. So to do this experiment, and for the patient to understand that the motivation can be chosen or handheld through music, but the internal energy still can be harnessed if the person puts the attention, was I gave the patient a few corns of pepper, and you know this, where they grind the crush the pepper, where they have to hold it. It is वो भारी होता है, ऐसे कूटते हैं. You might,
हाँ,
it is very difficult for a Parkinson's patient to hold it and grind the pepper, because they do not have that fine and gross motor energy, or the brain is
they
not
are
giving
motor
enough.
neurons. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Motor neurons, they are working properly.
Yeah. So she took that kuttani, we call in Kannada, and she tried to pound the pepper. And after 2.5 minutes, she pounded probably one or two peppers. She was able to break into two pieces after all the
Okay.
energy. And after that, I gave her. I switched on Hanuman Chalisa. We get lot of beautiful rendition in on YouTube, and in one there is one rendition exactly of 2 minutes 50 seconds, fast energy. Jai Hanuman Jnana Gunasagar. You know that beat. I asked her, close your eye, take the energy of the sound which you are finding. Probably listen to it once for 2 minutes. I'll switch it on again. Take that and pound with all the energy it is giving you. You won't believe, Prashantji, she crushed all the pepper with powder as powder. And she had tears in her eye because she realized she had that energy with herself. What was
Yes,
stopping
sir.
her? When she took that energy from Hanuman Chalisa, that means the internal energy was, she had it already. And since then, that belief has to come. We try to, music is just acting as a support, but all that is required for us to, generate that thought, generate that energy is still within us.
Yes. As the music, you are saying the case report of a patient who have a Parkinson, you are practicing with the Hanuman Chalisa. As
Yes.
yoga and music, both of the subjects are leading toward the spirituality. A
Hmm.
patient is spiritual, then it belongs to the higher status of his mental health, social health, and all these things may be increased. So, as you are explaining the how the music is explained uh, in the form of spirituality, as the I have seen lots of people practicing yoga sadhana, especially in the background playing of the some different kinds of music.
Yes.
And how the such kinds of different rag. Actually, there are different rag in Indian music. So
Hmm.
how this affect our mental health? First, I think you have to explain how many rag and how many classification of rag. Just a simple introduction.
Yeah, yeah. In Carnatic music, there are 72 parent ragas, and it is beautifully laid, scientifically laid, in the sense every frequency should not collide with another frequency. 72 ragas are there, that parent ragas. And these 72 parent or Janaka ragas, as we call, they have thousands of Janya ragas. So, and in Hindustani, I think there are 10 thats, if I'm right, and they have their own Janya ragas. But in Carnatic, we do not, segregate the ragas as time system. In the sense, there are few ragas which we sing in the morning only. It's like Raga Bhauli or Maya Malava Gaula, which we call the first raga, which for every child is the first raga which is initiated is Maya Malava Gaula in Carnatic. But then after that, there is no system as such in Carnatic music where this particular raga has to be sung in this time only. That we do not follow in Carnatic as in Hindustani. Hindustani, they follow that system. Here we sing any raga at any particular any time. Just that, however, my heart and my mind wants to emote or reciprocate, or how I want to express in Carnatic. So, see, for example, there are certain ragas. Basically, ragas, there are different frequencies of sound which come together and makes a melody. So, the raga which I sang as a rhyme for the child, for the autism child, was Raga Hamsadvani. Sari ga pani sa sa ni pa ga ri sa. So when I use this same raga and use the nishada, that is a ni the nishada, as we call the ni, in a pattern or in a manner where I'm emphasizing on nishada and gandhara, you can feel the motivation increasing. I can give you an example by singing. Ga pa ni 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 pa pa ni 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 ga ga pa pa ni ni ri ri ga ga pa pa ni sa sa ri ri ga ga pa pa ni sa ni 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 ri ni 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 ga ri ni 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 sa ni sa sa pa ni ni ga pa ri ga sa sa ri ri ga ga pa pa ni ni. So see, this is a pentatonic note, and as soon as you hear this meaning, I'm emphasizing on a particular note. You, even though you want to feel, dull, and you want to feel okay, I am feeling very like non motivated, you cannot be in this state because this raga is pushing you. That nishada, the frequency, the vibration of that nishada is pushing you not to feel melancholy or feel dull. And there are certain ragas, maybe sometimes ragas such as, which has we call sadharana kana. I'll sing one, I'll give you one example. This is raga called Mohana. I think the same raga is in Hindustani also. Sari ga sa pa sari ga pa dha sa sa dha pa ga re sa. This is Shanta Rasa. So this can be sung in the morning. Krishna uses this in his flute. A lot of flute recitals we can hear this raga. Gapadhada Gapadasarapagari re Gapadasari gari sarapa Gapadasarapa Gapadapagari gari sadasa. It gives you sense of relaxation, a sense of calmness. It's very shanta. So you can, but the same raga, I take this raga and change one, I tweak the frequency of Gandhara, say ga. Sa re ga pa dha sa sa dha pa ga re ga pa dha sa re ga re sa dha pa ga re ga re sa da sa. All I did was I took the same same notes, but I changed the frequency of one Gandhara, that is the third note, sa re ga, and
Yeah.
immediately as you experienced, or if I was able to deliver the experience, the whole emotion or the expression of the raga changed immediately, as you can see. The first one was ga pa dha sa. Oh, I feel great. Second, ga pa ga re. Oh, something. I feel grief. I feel pain. You know, it is the sound. It is the frequency, and it is like how um, in medicine, every composition of medicine makes you a tablet. Here, every composition of the frequency of sound makes gives you that emotion. So we play with that. We play with the composition or the permutation combination of these swaras. And what is it generating? What am I trying to communicate? If I am feeling sad, suddenly I listen to some peppy song, I might not become happy. But if I listen to another sad song, maybe that's an emotional catharsis for me. I'm able to understand the pain through that, and then it dissolves in me. Then I might come out of it. You know, that's it. As I say, it's there is no one solution here. We speak, we understand what is that I want, what is that she wants, what is that, how can I deliver this particular raga to this Parkinson's or a autism patient or a Alzheimer's or a depressive patient or mood disorder. So everywhere we have to understand what is that goal which I want to get after this, and then we prescribe or we try to use a raga. You cannot, as you said, well, you said background music for yoga, I think. I don't think so. For yoga, it is the connection of the brain, mind, and soul. I cannot have peppy song, ching chak, ching chak, ching chak, ching chak, ching chak behind. Because for me to connect to my soul, I should have a very, very, very calming melody behind, which is also helping me, entrain through my brain and entrain through my breathing system and calm me. It is like it's a help, it's a support which is there. It should not be something uh, as we go to gym, they have all this jing jack music because there it is needed. For yoga, it is something else, a very calming. And raga, like as I said, kalyani can be, mohana can be something which really relaxes, entrains into a rhythmic pattern, and calms my system also.
Uh, okay. As you are still describing about something calming music, like Kalyani, and your breathing when you are just relaxing, such kind of music are there. As the Karnataka is the place of Vashvarna, because many musicians have yogic background, and many yogis have music background, because both these sciences are interconnected. So how will you connect them? How will you sometimes you feel that the patients and clients have need both of these interventions sometimes.
Yeah.
And how would you deal with them?
You mean to say how would I deal both yoga and music together with
Yes,
the?
yes. Sometimes some patients need.
Yeah, I am not a yoga. I practice yoga, but I am not. I do not teach because I've not learned that much. But I definitely know that the benefits the asanas bring in for, say, for agitation or calming down of certain nerves. We have to have, it's a holistic. Once when we say they come for music, we always start with omkara, because continuous repetition and breath, their breath being stable is very important for them to focus on what we are trying to deliver. And second thing which I feel, the connection which I see between music and yoga is mainly breath, the prana shakti. The prana is what we focus on. Once that prana, once that the free flow of prana in yoga, that is what the as the attention goes, the prana also goes. Similarly, even in music, wherever the attention goes, the way we sing, the way we sit, the way I'm seated, my spinal cord being straight in a yogic fashion, and in Carnatic we sit on the floor. We do not stand and sing. So all that postures is which is probably, it's a mix, or probably I say it is both connected together. If I cannot, probably there might be a instance where I might not be able to treat a patient with music. Yoga would be the best healer. It is always music and yoga coming together. It cannot, they cannot be, separate systems. It's a holistic system. It's a all music, dance movements, yogic asanas, they all have to come together for balance, to bring in balance.
Okay. As you are dealing with the patients, especially from the memory disorders, something like dementia. Now, how will you treat them with the rag? Or if you read them some different mantra or a different kind of chanting, and which kinds of music given to them?
Yeah, this is a nice question because I had a student who was a retired post master. Uh, I think 3 or 4 years back, she was diagnosed with initial onset of dementia from her doctor, and I have never seen such a beautiful doctor. The doctor asked her to go and learn music, and she came to me. She had her symptoms where she said she would forget her glasses, or she would take the medication twice. She would little things like whether she has cooked, many things, she would say. And I did not go and give her raga therapy or such, because when she came, I realized she also wanted to learn music. So the music can be taught in a rote method also, like A for apple, B for bat also can be taught. But the pedagogy, or the way I tried, same Carnatic music, same curriculum by Purandaradasaru was given to her in such a way. Every lesson she had to work for it. For example, the first thing what we both sat and did was, she understood the pitch placements of the raga Maya Malavagola, which is the first raga which is introduced in Carnatic music. We took a lot of time, because for me that was extremely important. Because even in the sleep, if I asked her, Madam, where is Daivata? She should be able to say, "Pa, dha, dha is where dha," even in the sleep, because that has to come first. And after that, we started the lessons in a very creative way, where only the first line would be given. For example, there's an elementary lesson called Janti Verse in Carnatic music. Beautiful, kids love it, and I love to teach it, because that helps in speech production, and also helps with children who have stammering problem. Because this is where we repeat every swara twice. So I will sing and show it to you. This is something like this, very simple.
Yeah.
sa sa ri ri ga ga ma ma pa pa dha dha ni ni sa 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 ni ni dha dha pa pa ma ma ga ga re re sa sa. So once she knew what it is, only the first line is taught. For example, sa sa re re ga ga ma ma. What comes next? Re re ga ga ma ma pa pa. What comes next? Ga ga ma ma pa pa dha dha. Ma ma pa pa dha dha ni ni. Pa pa dha dha ni ni sa sa. Then increase the speed. Sa sa ni ni dha dha pa pa ni ni dha dha pa pa ma ma dha dha pa pa ma ma ga ga pa pa ma ma ga ga re re ma ma ga ga re re sa sa. With the tala, then it is like 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 2 4 with the tala. In Carnatic music, we also use our fingers to count. The thala system is very important because everything is mathematically placed like tongue and groove. Here you miss, there you miss. So then she had to sing all that. Now she has composed her whole, because she knows the placement of the swara so well. Now she has composed her own genti verse in this manner. This is one example which I am giving you. It could be any formulas, and now she's feeling elated, motivated that she has been able to compose it. Now she's singing in three speed. Sa sa ri ri ga ga ma ma ri ri ga ga ma ma pa pa da ga ma ma pa pa da da ma ma pa pa da da ni ni pa pa da da ni ni sa 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 ni ni da da pa pa ni ni da da pa pa ma ma da da pa pa ma ma ga ga pa pa ma ma ga ga ri ri ma ma ga ga ri ri sa sa. So can you imagine a patient who is diagnosed with dementia? She's sitting, she's composing music, she's singing, she's doing the math which is needed, and after 6 months, she said, I really forgot that I was diagnosed with dementia. She has given now, after 4 years of her practice, she has taken the government junior exam also. She has completed the exam also. And she has no dementia now. She is so happy. She has painted her whole house, so much of energy, because every time she is singing something that is actually generating the reward system, the dopamine is rewarded. She's feeling elated. She's happy. And because she is doing it, her focus is on that, she's composing. I could have just wrote method taught her all this. So it
Yes,
is her effort. The effort is changing. See, it is reversible sometimes. The science says Alzheimer's is not reversible, but today the research is also saying with proper intervention it can be arrested or probably can be reversed also. The new research is mind blowing.
yes, yes. Yes, you are just, I think you are just stating about the Malakarta system of Carnatic music.
Yes.
Yes, there are 72 Malakartas. As if you are, can you explain, as in the dementia, not along with, in some different disorders, may it be. Sometimes the patients or students, especially today, facing anxious and depressive thoughts, they can lead to the suicidal thoughts. So that as in the evening time now, and if any kind of music if you want to say, if you want to sing something for them, for just a healing purpose, for the relaxing purpose, so that the normal layman people can listen something like that. If you listen something,
Yeah, for normal layman, see, not everybody need to learn music. So chanting bhajans very helpful, because when the brain is in a very agitated state, to bring the brain waves to a very calmer state, say from beta to alpha, theta, a bhajan and chanting of shlokas really help. There are few very beautiful bhajans which I make children sing. Krishnam Vishnam Sridharam Madhavam Madhusudanam. Krishnam Vishnam Sridharam Madhavam Madhusudanam. Govindam 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 Shriramam Ramam Ramam Raghupati Ramam Ramam Raghupati Ramam Ramam Raghupati Ramam Ramam Raghupati. Then we increase the speed. Krishnam Vishnam Sridharam Madhavam Madhusudanam. Then keep on increasing, then reduce it back. Krishnam Vishnam Sridharam Madhavam Madhusudanam Hari. It calms the brain so much. And that too collective. Bhajans are sung collectively, in the sense the whole family sits together, and with that bhajane thala we sing. You know that immediately any bad thought, the clap is done when we do the bhajan. The clap immediately, it removes the bad thought from the mind. When our attention is diverted, suddenly the teacher claps, hello, what are you doing? Immediately the attention comes back. The clap with the bhajan, with the intention of healing oneself, and all four, the collective holistic intention, it really brings that energy.
Yes, yes. Now we very soon we are just ending the session before taking the questions of our audience. An audience, one question from them. They are asking for any kind of Kannada music because you are from the Kannada. वो आपसे कुछ सुनना चाहते हैं कन्नड़ा में कुछ भले ही समझ में ना आए लेकिन अच्छा लगता है ऐसा कुछ एक कमेंट आया है say
Okay.
something in Kannada sing something Kannada for them.
Huh. I'll sing the song which I used to sing to my son to calm him down. The Devarnama by Purandara Dasuru. ಮನೆಯೊಳಗಾಡು ಗೋವಿಂದ ಮನೆಯೊಳಗಾಡು ಗೋವಿಂದ ನೀರೇ ಮನೆ ನೀರೇ ಮನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಏಕೆ ಹೋಗುವೆಯೋ ರಂಗ ಮನೆಯೊಳಗಾಡು ಗೋವಿಂದ ನೀರೇ ಮನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಏಕೆ ಹೋಗುವೆಯೋ ರಂಗ ಮನೆಯೊಳಗಾಡು ಗೋವಿಂದ. This is Purandaradasaru asking Krishna, play inside the home. Why are you going out, and why are you going to the neighbor's house and playing? Why don't you sit here inside the house?
Yes. Such musical instincts for the layman person for the day as a like a daily dose. I hope heal everything, everyone. Uh, now let us end with the session. Thank you, Mithili ji,
Thank
from
you
the
so
entire team for the Nirama Yog. आप सभी दर्शकों का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और हमारे चैनल से जुड़े रहिए लाइक कीजिए सब्सक्राइब कीजिए हम सभी आपके लिए पुनः एक फिर बहुत जल्दी एक अलग ही एक अभ्यास एक अलग ही विषय के साथ आप सभी के बीच उपस्थित होंगे नाउ लेट अस थैंक यू अगेन फॉर joining in this session we will come on the next sometime someday for the next topic with the next expert thank you again to being with us on the Niramaya Yog YouTube channel Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om.
much. That's it.